Hello. I'm Amy Baker, owner of Wispy Winds at wispywinds.com. So the topic of this spontaneous taping is the topic of the new energies for the 2020. What is being directed to me personally, and to many, I'm assuming, because everything is universal, is that nothing is the same. Basically, everything of the old energies from last year and the eons of time before no longer exist, which is creating a lot of confusion for many of us. Many of you have been in the process of creating yourselves through your modalities or your art, whatever your expression of self has been, and are finding that it's just not there anymore. You're finding that what was is no longer. You're kind of staring at your website blankly, trying to figure out, okay, where do I want to go with this? Why am I having such a hard time coming up with new ideas and concepts of how I want to create myself, or teaching a modality and finding that you can't seem to bring it forth with the same resonance anymore? It's almost as if you've completely gone to a blah energy. What is happening for myself personally with Wispy Winds is I am in the process of stalling, not quite sure where I am to go with what I have had. Plain and simple. And I've noticed that this has been happening quite often in the past as well, where I will create something and then all of a sudden, there's a break, then I go back to it, recreate it completely different, and then there's a break, a blah. And last couple of months, I've recreated, and now there's a blah again, which is, as you can ask my husband, quite frustrating for myself and for him, who's trying to design and create my website, my logos, basically trying to feel where I'm at so that he can energetically connect to that and create an aspect of that through his art. So, what exactly is being asked of us? Well, for one thing, we're being asked to release all the concepts, all the perceptions of who we think we are and how life is to be, which I've always known. However, it's also being said that everything from the past is non-existent anymore, meaning your Akashic records, or your karma, as some people call it, no longer. It's been wiped clean just by you saying, I now accept the new, and I step into this new without holding on to the old. To step into the new, you have to completely release the old. You cannot step into the new with bringing in the perceptions or concepts of your past realities and misaligned energies and so on. As well, and this is the most frustrating for me, is modalities of the past are no longer in existence. And I've kind of known that with certain modalities that I've worked with, where I've worked with them, and as I progressed, they twisted, they changed, they eventually dissolved. And it made sense because you cannot take an old modality, bring it into the now present moment, and expect it to work completely or fully in its own essence, or completely work with a specific soul. Because the soul and us, we've shifted, the planets have shifted, the earth has shifted, our consciousness has shifted. So again, you're bringing in old modalities into this now present moment, and they're not working. So certain things that I've worked off of, energy work and energy centers and frequencies, even my language that I'm using is completely breaking down. I find that I'm more mindful in what I am bringing forth, making sure it holds the vibration of the now present moment. Taking an old modality, as I've always said, and bringing it into the now present moment has always been essential. But now we're being told that it doesn't exist at all. So I am sitting here right now wondering, what the hell? Who am I? And what am I to do with my expression of self, which is wispy winds? How am I to bring this information forward? What am I supposed to bring forth? And is there anything for me to do but be? The only thing that is constant that I can think of is the energies of self-sovereignty, the energies of self-empowerment, the energies of love, knowing that love is the strongest force, the strongest form of magic, the strongest healing. The only frequency that creates movement really in its highest vibration is love. So, am I expressing myself as love in every second of the day? And to ask myself, where in this experience can I put love in here? Through movement. Because again, Wispy Winds has always been about moving the mind through processing, moving the emotions through feeling it, and moving, of course, the physical body. So if energy centers and all this stuff is old, perhaps what is being asked of us is to just connect to the passion of love and allowing its innateness to go in there and do what it has to do. With no formulation, no structure, no nothing, just being it, connecting to your beingness. I don't know. So again, as I'm driving here, because a lot of times a lot of us meditate or go into our innate knowing, or we're really focused on the now moment, which is meditation. I hate that word. That word as well holds an old vibration. So being mindful right now as I'm, of course, driving, bringing my awareness to what is being asked of all of us as a whole, to release all programs, perceptions, concepts, teachings, learnings, stories of life, of others, of how we think we are, how we think others are, how we think things should be, who we think we are, because of course we are so much more than that. Stepping into the new, completely empty, free of the old, and allowing this innate knowing, the perfection of who we are, the love that we are, to guide us without the mental compartmentalizing of what's true, what's not, what's right, what's not right. It's okay to say, I don't know, it just is. Right? I don't know, it just is. I mean, really, that's metaphysics. I don't know. So, I'm going to be sharing videos like this as I process my own experiences to see if it resonates with many others, because I am really finding it hard to function as a human being, but yet I am not a human, and I'm tired of playing the role as one, because I know I am so much more than the human. The language that we have created is breaking down. It doesn't hold the vibration of the innate communication of vibration or the feeling of vibration. So many words are just like, when I use them. Many words are triggering me, and I've learned quite quickly to go into every trigger, because the triggers within me truly is where my answers lie. It forces me to go into it and say, this doesn't fucking feel right, so I'm going to process this. And that's where I tend to find a lot of my information about all of this stuff. So when I'm triggered by something, I'm going to bring it forth and process it and see truly what it means to me, to you. Because what affects me affects you. What affects you affects me. My success is your success. Your success is mine. And I guarantee you this, I am not the only one, and I know this, that is feeling this huge shifting right now. It's a beautiful shifting. It's almost the birthing of a completely new you. So with that said, I'll leave this at this point. And I am Amy Baker, not knowing where the hell I am going. Not quite sure. But that's okay, because I am trusting in the unfolding. So with this said, as always, I am because of you. So thank you. Turning off.